Braden Smith is back in Indy, man. He got his contract extension yesterday. Shout out to Braden Smith, man. 4 years, worth 72.4 million, including 70 million in new money and 42 million guaranteed. The right tackle, Braden Smith, man, one of the most pivotal pieces on the offensive line, even though everyone else on their line is pivotal. But he is one of those guys that is definitely one of the most important. Why? Because he doesn't get talked about enough for what he does. Braden Smith is probably one of the best right tackles in the NFL, and he goes unnoticed. And it's kind of unfortunate, but most people don't know this. Braden Smith didn't give up a single sack in 2020. A single sack, not one, came up off of his position. And no one really discusses Braden Smith. I think Braden Smith is one of the best right tackles in the NFL. And to the fact that we have him secured in Indy for 4 more years to protect Carson Wentz is a huge bonus going into next season for sure. Like I said, man, Braden Smith's one of the best. Next season is going to be a roller coaster. He said he wanted to get this deal done. He don't want any distractions going into next season, and I totally agree with that 100%. Get the deal done, move forward, get your money. He definitely deserves every single dollar. Protecting that quarterback, Carson Wentz, is going to be huge going into next season, because there's a lot of people counting out the Colts that they cannot really push it to the next level. They're not so sure about the Colts, and I don't blame them. But we got to put into effect that the Colts are one of those teams that could pretty much have a Cinderella story. If everything falls in line with the Colts going into next year, we get all these deals done. We got pretty much Q secured. We got Braden Smith secured now. Next up is Darius Leonard. I'm pretty sure he's going to break the bank, but he deserves every dollar. Naheem Himes, he got to get paid. All these guys are going to get their money, and once we get all this secure, Kenny Moore in the future, he's going to have to get paid too. But all these guys, when they get their deals done, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be before the season, we're going to be locked in. We're going to be locked in. It's either win or go home for the Colts right now. And the Colts are secured, man. I know they are. They're locked in right now. Training camp, everything's looking good so far. Carson Wentz is still impressing the Colts. Some people don't think so, but it's okay. I mean, hopefully he lets them eat their words later on. I'm pretty sure he will, showing leadership. He has an offensive line. We're dedicated. Everything is falling in line right now. But like I said, we can pretty much have a Cinderella story with the Indianapolis Colts. The run game is back. We got wide receivers that's pretty much has flash potential. Paris Campbell, if he's healthy, he's pretty much going to be out there. He's going to be one of the best targets out there for the Colts. Michael Pittman Jr. is pretty much going into his own. T.Y. Hilton's back. He's still going to be that deep threat. The tight end core, if they can figure out together and catch the football, they can be another threat for the offense. The defense is going to be phenomenal. I just know it. The defense can definitely be a very big focal point going into next season, because we can have that effect if we have the pass rush. I heard that Kwity Paye has shredded some weight to become a little bit faster coming off that edge. That's a good sign to see as well. So that's another thing that we were missing last year that we got, is some pass rush. Pass rush is going to be a very big point for us going into next season. That's going to say it all. That's going to say it all. Of course, we're going to talk about the O-line protection being a big deal as well, because we will not have Eric Fisher at the beginning. We will have to stick with either Will Holden, who's been pretty much taking a lot of snaps in training camp so far, or we're going to have to stick with Sam Tevi. Now, that's going to be a big focal point as well. How good can they be until Eric Fisher returns? I think they'll be pretty decent. It's going to be a roller coaster year. I think we can get it done. If the run game is effective enough, I think the pass protection can hold up. I think they can hold up if the run game is there. If the run game is there, I think we'll be pretty decent until Eric Fisher returns. But like I was saying, the offensive line, we're getting all that secured. The defense, pass rush is going to be the biggest thing for us. I know some people will probably think secondary going into next season, how they play will pretty much show how the Colts are going to look for the season if they can make the playoffs. But I think the pass rush is pretty much, it's going to be the identity for the Colts. If it's not there, then we're going to have some ups and downs like we did last year. But if the pass rush shows up and, they pretty much secure what we got to do, then, that's when the secondary actually go lights out and go crazy like we want them to do, because the pass rush has to get to the quarterback. Everybody coming back healthy right now. I love seeing a healthy team in my Colts because that's what we really want to see, man. We just want to see our players be healthy because we know with full potential, we know the Colts can be a very big threat to any team in the AFC. Any team could be, we can be a threat to any team in the AFC. Don't care if it's the Chiefs. We don't care if it's the Titans, teams like that. Like if we're healthy, if we can really do it, if the biggest thing, I take that back. The biggest thing besides pass rush is Paris Campbell. It's Paris Campbell. It really is. Because we know how much of a deal he can be if he is on the field. We just know. And now that we got our offensive line and Braden Smith, we got his deal done. That's another, to-do thing. That's another thing we scratch off the list. We scratched off Braden Smith. We took care of Big Q for now. Next up is Darius Leonard, and now we have to worry about Paris Campbell. Can he stay healthy? Can he stay healthy? If Paris Campbell can stay on the field, the world has to look out. We have to look out because we know Paris Campbell's a dog. We just know it. They better watch out, man. If Paris Campbell can stay on the field, the NFL is on notice. He's on notice. He can be the next Deshaun Jackson. I say this a lot, but he can be better than Deshaun. He can be better than Deshaun. He can take the top off of any defense. I don't think there's a guy besides Jalen Ramsey or maybe Jair Alexander that can hold Paris Campbell. And I don't think they'll be the guys that'll guard him because, he's pretty much like the guy that's like in a slot position type. So I don't know any corner that can really kind of guard Paris Campbell because he's so fast. He's so fast. I don't know. And I think Carson Wentz, the more that we start to see more training camp and evaluations, I think Carson Wentz is going to have a good year. I think he's going to have a good year. I think, like I say, it's going to be a roller coaster at the beginning, but I think Carson Wentz is going to pull it off. I think he's going to pull it off and have a good year. I'm not saying it's going to be MVP, but I think he's going to have a good year. It's just a gut feeling. The closer we get to the season, I really start to feel that way because everyone's counting him out. Everyone's counting him out. And I feel like he can bounce back and be back to his normal self. Because it's a fresh scene. It's a new scenery. And his offensive line is here. Something that he was missing for a while. He has that now. I feel like he's going to bounce back and have a good year. Next year is going to be a good year for Carson. And if it's a good year for Carson, that means we're in the playoffs. So you guys let me know your thoughts in the comment section about Braden Smith's contract extension. Let me know your thoughts about the offensive line, Carson Wentz. Let me know who should get paid next. All these things in the chat. Let me know. This is Marcus, and until next time, you've been Culture Shocker.